higher dominance against other players, you know. You can't buy your way to that, you know. You just gotta get better. There is laws, such as in football, you know. You can't get a shoe that makes you shoot 10 times better than anyone else. If it was like that, then imagine how boring watching football would be. And they don't think about this, about games as well. It's the same concept. I can't believe I'm making this video about this game. But here goes nothing. FIFA 23 was launched just today, and I bought it off CD Keys or whatever, and I didn't think they could top it. I did not think they could make something that is worse. I'm here to rant about it, but it's just you can't comprehend these things, you know. I knew they were slowing gameplay down, but not to this extent, not to where it's not fun, you know. And games in general, you know, I've put this for myself, and I think this is true for others as well. It has to be fun. This game, before, it used to be unfair, and a lot of people were complaining about it being too much of a ping pong style kind of game, where it's too randomized, and sometimes it's unfair. Randomly they'd concede a goal that the opponent doesn't deserve, and they'd complain about this, you know. And I would too, but I wouldn't be so much to an extent that it would completely ruin my gaming experience, or my day even in general, you know. I wouldn't take it to heart anyway. I would try to improve the probability of me actually still scoring more than my opponent did get lucky, you know. But now it's not even FIFA 23. It just feels like, you know, I read a comment and it was Ice Skate 23. That's what it fucking feels like. I saw that comment and I couldn't have fucking explained it better, bro. Ice Skate 23. We are out here in 2022 with a game that is so tunnel visioned, you know. I don't even know how to call it. It's like they haven't thought about shit. I knew they didn't give a fuck, EA, but not to this extent. I don't know where they're getting this feedback from to slow the game down and make it so much with animation that you literally, you make a move, whether it's dribbling or it's passing or it's shooting, and the guy does an animation that takes minimum 1 second. That 1 second in this game is long time, you know. 1 second. Our reaction on average is probably like 0.3 seconds, you know, 300 milliseconds on average, or maybe 400. But 1 second for an animation is absurd, you know. Like, by the time I do a counter attack in this game, bro, like the guy can have a cup of tea, mate. Jesus Christ, by the time I'm on the other side of the pitch, everybody's already returned. There is no excitement, there is no punishment. It was, FIFA always was a risk to reward game, and it's been stripped away from that. There is so little risk now. It's all about safety, and whoever plays the best safety is rewarded, you know. The shots, what is overpowered in this game? Shooting is now great, which it never used to be as much as this time. Goalkeepers are now retarded. They can't lie down. They can only lie down at home, but they can't lie down on the field. They don't know how to dive whatsoever. But if you were to tell Neymar still got it. Bro, they don't know. They don't know how to fucking dive. It's ridiculous. Like, the ball's going in one direction and they have no vision whatsoever where the ball fucking is. They just do a random ass animation into that side, and it's just it's like rolling a dice, you know. It's really, really bad. There is no balance of probabilities between how good your keeper is. The better your keeper, it should be the better the percentage of saving, you know. They're all shit. The shooting is so fucking overpowered. Pair that up with great goalkeeping, shit goalkeeping. I wish it was great, but shit goalkeeping. It's like recipe for disaster. And slow gameplay as well. Chuck that into the mix, as if that wasn't enough. Put on top stupid AI, stupid defensive AI. No fucking clue where they have to organize themselves. No clue. You have to direct every single goddamn defensive line all the time, which is not possible, you know. You're always in this game, you're controlling one player at a time. One player at a time you're controlling, and when you control this player, you cannot move your defensive line fast enough. It's simply impossible. It's so slow. It's boring. Bro, it is putting me to sleep. Thank God I didn't spend any money on this year's FIFA Ultimate Team FIFA points, because god damn, it's dreadful. It's dreadful. I don't want to play with Haaland, bro. I don't want to play with all of these great stars, you know, that I would love to play with, like Verratti, you know. Verratti used to be amazing because of his dribbling, you know. I wouldn't even give a fuck that he's slow. I could just move around with him, you know. I was versatile with him. I could pass with him. I could link up play with him. It was quick. It was tic-tac, you know. It's like watching a funeral, you know. It's like, I don't know, it's like the Queen died and they're reacting to it in the fucking game. They're all mourning, you know, when they're playing football. It's dreadful. This is not football, you know. And forget it not being football. They improved the animations, like hyper motion and all of these fucking buzzwords and all this shit. It's great. The players feel heavier. The dribbling is shit. At the end of the day, the gameplay is shit. It doesn't matter how better you make the crowd, or how much more realistic you make the pitch, or how much better you make, you know, the frizz in their hair, the details, you know, the little details on their shoe, or some kinds of movement animations that they make, more realistic animations which they've made. It doesn't matter, you know. It's completely out the window if the core gameplay is shit. It's like trying to build a house on top of sand or something, on top of mud, on top of fucking sea. It's a lunatic job. It doesn't matter what the fuck your materials are. And it's the blueprint of this game is essential, of any game is essential, and the blueprint of this and FIFA 23 is awful. It's awful. There's no amount of realism that is going to compensate for just boringness, for shit that I've already mentioned. Anyway, on this video I'm not going to get into FIFA Ultimate Team because I haven't went in and tried it out yet, but last year was already a massive downfall in FIFA Ultimate Team. It was honestly depressing to see this, because only when the game releases and there is Ultimate Team, only 3 months later down the line after it's been released, they put in players, bro, absurd players that are like ridiculous ratings, you know, just random ass players like future stars, for example, and they make them 90 rated, you know. So my fucking Ronaldo and some kid that is 18 years old that is a future star is now the same fucking rating. You know, 3 months into the fucking game, you know. You don't even get to do shit by the time all of this bullshit comes in. And I know back then there was YouTubers, we saw YouTubers after YouTuber, you know, and year after year where they would do different kinds of cards in the game, where they would make concepts of it, you know, and they actually made it. They put this into the game. They made different kinds of cards. They made cards that are also reactive to real life. So if they score in the Champions League, for example, they get an upgrade each time their club progresses. This is crazy. 3 months later, or just you know, recently, it's not even midway through the game, to make players that don't belong with legends, with very, very high class, world class players, to make them the same ranking is ludicrous. It's not fun. It's not fun when you've only newly got into the game and there's just rats running around the pitch that is better than fucking Ronaldo and Messi. You know? It's like trying to be realistic, but at the same time you're breaking your own rules. It's not fun. It's not fun. That's why I usually don't take FIFA Ultimate Team seriously anyway, but the game's core gameplay this year has really disappointed me. We're fucked. You know, we are fucked. I think I'm gonna be only messing around with this game because I already paid for it. I don't think I can get a refund or anything. It's from CD Keys. Yeah, I'm just gonna be messing around with it and seeing what else I can do. Like, I'll play some career modes, some seasons or whatever. But overall, the experience of just playing it and controlling players, it's been shit. You know, I don't want to play an ice skating game. I don't want to play a fucking hockey game. If I wanted, I'd go fucking play something else. You know, like I would not play this fucking game. I would play an ice hockey game. You know. Ridiculous. If I wanted, I'd go play Sonic, you know, on the fucking Nintendo. I wouldn't be here. It's stupid. You know, my actions should match whatever interactions going on in the gameplay. It should match it. And if it takes too long, then it's gonna be boring. You know, I don't feel like it's in real time. I don't feel like I'm doing things inside of the game in real time. It's boring. It's got nothing to do with the servers right now. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? It's awful. It's just not fun to play at all. Anyway, that was an update. What happened? I'm fucked, and I'm gonna have to live with it. Well, that was money not well spent again. I'll see you in another video. A football game that is so out of touch with its players, with its audience, with people that you know watch football on a daily basis. It's so out of touch with the basics of football in general, you know. And it's FIFA, but it's way worse now. There is no gameplay. Welcome to FIFA Ultimate Team. And I say FIFA Ultimate Team, but I'm meaning what the creation of EA is, not what the people actually wanted. It's chaos. It's a farming of more ways of earning money, and it's a business, I understand, but it doesn't serve its community in any way. It just makes it more of a reach for toxicity as a source of resource. It's not aiming for any source of skill where it includes it impacts the economy of your club. It's just trading, you know. The best economy is trading. There is no amount of skill that would make you more money than let's say a week worth of trading, you know. And that's disappointing. There's no conversion, you know, of actually being a good player compared to having a lot of money. There's no conversion whatsoever. And the game is not supposed to be like real life, you know. Real life, yes, you can be a baller, you can be rich, and you can get all the players, you know, in your squad. You can buy out all the players, and your success rate will increase dramatically. But here, it's not like that. It's a game. You're supposed to play it the way you want it to, you know, with the rules that are obviously set up for all players, but the way that you want it to. If you want to play with a full silver squad and you beat a lot of people that are much higher rated than you, you should be rewarded for that. And that's never happened. So I'm not expecting anything, but you know, that also takes away from the core enjoying side of things. You know, it's not enjoyable, and now the gameplay has gone so far downhill that it's just, I don't bother with it. I don't bother with it at all. You know, lately I got sick of trading, so the gameplay was the main thing that was saving it, and now I feel as though EA is putting a fingerprint. They put in a mark on the industry as a whole of sports and games merged. That is toxic. It doesn't fuel for gamers. It encourages toxic behavior within gamers, such as buying their way into a higher. EA are ruining their legacy, and honestly, fuck their legacy. But it's not a good show. It's a shit show, and I think people have to talk about it. You know, people have to talk about it if they really love football as a whole and they love gaming. They are the community. You know, we need to be more vocal about things that we feel.